Hi travelers, it's Natalie here once again, and I am in Korea finally. So this is going to be like my initial reaction to being here, which it's still surreal. It's only been 3 days, so I got here on Thursday and it's Sunday now. So I'm still learning a lot of things. I'm still kind of like in that disbelief phase, and what makes it real is seeing all the Korean around me and knowing that, and just seeing that everybody is Korean. I don't know that I've the only foreigner that I've seen. So these are just some things that I have experienced in my short time here. So let's get to it. So first of all, I want to talk about my plane flight. I took JetBlue from Florida to New York. Had about a 4-hour layover, and then I took Korea Air from New York to Korea. So I really wanted to fly Korea Air because I know it is an amazing flight service, and it is the largest plane in the world. So check that out. But I had my flight, first of all, was 14 from New York to Korea. It was 14 and a half hours. So yeah, it was pretty long for me sitting down that entire time, but it went by a lot faster than I thought it did. So I booked my plane at night. It was at midnight, 1 o'clock when I got on the plane. So as I was flying, it was not sleep time for me. So I was able to sleep about 6 hours on and off throughout the flight. Then they had a TV screen which I could play games. So I watched about 2 or 3 movies. And then ate because they serve food. So honestly, I had an amazing experience on that plane. It was a master plane, double decker, 3 rows of people across. It was crazy. So I would highly suggest that if you're planning on coming to Korea, fly Korea Air, because they are the flight to go with when you want to experience the best of Korea. As I said before, they did serve us food. The first meal was, they actually had 3 different options. They had like a Korean dish, a steak and like potatoes, and then like chicken. And I was like, why am I gonna go for basic American food when I'm going to Korea? So I got the bibimbap, and I know a little bit something about Korean food. So I was very happy. I'll probably post I think I recorded it or took a picture, so I'll show you what it looked like somewhere around this video. Then they also served breakfast at like 8 a.m. and that I chose to have the scrambled eggs and ham with a muffin and yogurt, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, it was good still. Whatever. All right. So after my flight landed, I got here in Korea at around 4 a.m. I grabbed my bags, and I knew that I was going to be seeing my co-teacher and my school that day. So I went straight to the bathroom and I fixed myself up because after the 14-hour flight, I was looking a hot mess. So I did that, and then my driver, which Corvia, my recruiting company, set up for me to be picked up at the airport. My driver came and picked me up, brought me directly to my apartment. So let's talk about my apartment. My apartment is located, or where I'll be living is located in Hopyeong, Namyangju, which is about an hour outside of Seoul by train. It's a cute little town. Like, it's not like rural, but like I see mountains and stuff around. Honestly, everything that I need is legit in a 2-block radius. There are like tall buildings with hundreds of stores in them, I think. And I think that everything I need legit is in those 2 blocks. And like a block or 2 over, I have an E-Mart. So I've gone there at least once a day. Well, every day that I've been here to get like little supplies and stuff like that. So yeah, I am very happy with where I am. Yes, originally I wanted Seoul, but I took a visit to Seoul yesterday, and yes, it was great. There was lots of energy and a lot of people running around. But it was a lot of people. Not saying that I don't like a lot of people, but I think that being out here, kind of farther away from like the touristy area, is going to force me to have to learn a little bit more Korean, and really immerse myself into the culture. Whereas within Seoul, I would be able to just get by. And I think that's one of the reasons why foreigners tend to want to do Seoul, because it's kind of easier to get around and you don't have to worry about like getting lost, because you know what, at least everybody can speak, or I don't want to say everybody, but you could get by. There's English everywhere. There is English here in where I'm living. I've taken the train and I've yet to get lost or miss my stop. And yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just make sure I have my subway app and I'm able to get in and out, and I've had a positive experience with that. Now, I have heard horror stories about people coming to their apartment and it being filthy, because Korean apartments don't require you to have your place cleaned before somebody else moves in. So someone else could be moving into someone else's filth. But thank God that the girl who had this apartment before me was like very, very particular, and she made sure everything was clean and put away. I didn't have to worry about anything. So, I mean, of course I did some sweeping down, some disinfecting. That's just for me, but all in all, everything was pretty much good to go. Now, since I am a little bit farther out from Seoul, my apartment is it's larger than a lot of the apartments that you'll see the closer you move to a city. I do have a studio apartment, which it's again a nice size, in my opinion. It's bigger than my room at home. And I also have a bathroom. I have the traditional Korean bathroom, but I have a shower curtain, so it kind of separates the water area from the toilet area, so like the entire bathroom doesn't get wet. And then also, I don't know if you see that little area, I have like a hallway that goes out and it stops at my washing machine. So it's kind of like, that is like the little outdoor, it's not really outdoor, but it's not air conditioned. So I have it open to let some coolness in, because it was a little stuffy in here. And yeah, one thing I might realize about the shower is that after I take a shower, there's nowhere for the steam to go. So it'll end up coming, first of all, if I leave my door closed, and this is what I did the first night, I left my door closed, hoping that it would be dry in the morning, and legit, the next morning I opened it, the windows were still foggy, the ground was still like soaked. So I was like, well, maybe I just have to open the door and let the steam and stuff out. The next night I did that, and it was just like muggy, like it smelled like water. So now I have it open and I have this door open, so at least there's like a flow for it to leave the apartment. So when I came to my apartment, I was actually surprised, because everything that I needed was here already. So I know a lot of people end up going shopping with their co-teacher, but it seems like my school had gone shopping for me. So my comforter, like a brand new comforter, was already like in the pack on my bed. Like I had an iron, all the little things that usually I guess people have to go shop for was already here. I just ended up buying little things like curtains, because I felt like everybody could see my business. Charger, like a converter, because the converters that I bought ended up not working or fitting into the sockets, little things like that. So yeah, everything was pretty much done. Now, my co-teacher came and picked me up from my apartment, and we ended up, she showed me my way, how to get to the school. So again, it was a really nice short journey. And then she also, once we got to the school, she introduced me to the headmaster, the vice principal, all the co-teachers. So yeah, it was a really interesting experience. Now, that being at the school, I think that was probably my biggest, I don't want to say fear, but like I had kind of anxiety towards that, because I didn't know how they were going to perceive me. I looked very different from their last teacher. Their last teacher was looked Asian, but she was American, so she didn't look as foreign. So it was just a concern. I didn't know how students were going to react. But when I walked onto the campus, like, when I tell you, like, I was bombarded with people, like, oh my God, oh, teacher, oh, teacher. I was like, oh gosh, nice to meet you. And so yeah, everybody was super excited and really, really nice, and really welcomed me in with a warm presence. So I feel very comfortable at my school so far. My co-teacher also I actually have 4 co-teachers that I'm going to be working with, but I have one who is the coordinator of, I guess, the incoming English teacher like me. She speaks pretty much fluent English. She speaks very well English. Not saying that I don't expect her to speak English, but yeah, she has been, again, super duper nice. And has helped me through everything, whether it's, you know, getting my health check, which I got the day after I got here, any questions that I have, et cetera, et cetera. So she's been amazing. So I did bring my headmaster, principal, and my co-teacher's gifts from America, because that is one thing that not only my recruiters have really pounded into my head, but also what I see on the blogs, like, oh, you must bring a gift or something like that to your co-teachers and whatnot to, you know, thank them for allowing you into their school, yada, 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 whatever. So I made sure I did my research. I bought every single person a nice gift. And it's funny because the co-teacher that's been working with me, the coordinator, she's like, is it customary to give people at where you work gifts in America? And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't think it's really thought of. I mean, you can, but not many people actually do it. And she's like, oh, okay. So I was like, why is it not customary here? She's like, well, it's not too popular. Like, you don't have to. It's not. That's why I was asking. And I was like, oh, see, I didn't know. So not only me, but I've heard that from other teachers that are here that that it's not really a huge practice to give gifts. And if you do give gifts, to make them really small. So she had said, oh, maybe it would have been okay to bring like a little keychain or something like that. For me, I brought my headmaster like a bottle of wine from California and vitamins and like chewable vitamins and stuff like that, because I've heard that they love American vitamins because they're packed with all the the nutrients and whatnot, like to the utmost extent. And then I also bought my co-teachers each Bath and Body Works lotions and stuff like that, because I hear that it's super, super hard and people like fight over that here in Korea. So that's what I did, because that's what I heard. If I knew that beforehand, I could have saved so much weight in gifts and actually brought even more clothes over. So keep that in mind. So again, I got here on the Thursday. My contract started on the next day. So I was in school early that morning, still kind of jet lagged, but it was okay. So I didn't really do anything I didn't really teach. I just had an introduction PowerPoint that was about 10 minutes long, and I just said welcome and hello and yada, yada, yada. One of the things that I'm really curious about is how I am going to be incorporated into the classroom, because right now what it seems like is that I'm just going to be doing one section of the entire lesson plan, and the Korean teacher is actually going to be doing the majority of the teaching. So that's why, I mean, I know it's really different for a lot of other teachers. Like, some teachers have the entire classroom to themselves, but right now for me, I don't know if this is like kind of like a introductory period or something like that. But right now it's just, I am going to be doing the listening and speaking section, which is like maybe 15 minutes out of the entire class. I really hope that I will have more of a leadership role in the classroom, because that's what I came here for. I don't want to just be known as the game teacher or the speaking teacher. I want to be the English teacher. So I really want to help the students learn. I didn't come all the way to Korea to only play games. So, but I am super excited to be here in Korea and to learn so much and interact with everyone here. So, yeah, that's really it. That's all I've really encountered thus far. Everybody has been nice. I think another thing that I was kind of iffy about were people going to stare. Like, I hear that even the ajumas and I don't know how do you say older men, they would tend to stare at you. So I haven't really had like hard stares. There's been like a couple looks, and when they look at me, I'll look at them and just be like, hi. And then they'll be like, and then walk away. So I haven't had like a really bad like death stare. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure I'll have that soon. But anyways, if you guys are in Korea, please hit me up. I am looking for some friends here, some travel buddies. Again, I am in Namyangju, Hopyeong, Namyangju, which is about northeast of Seoul. And yeah, I don't really care where you're located because we can meet up halfway, midway, midway, halfway, same thing. But we can meet up, we can travel together. Like, I'm looking for people, so hit me up, please, please. If you are planning on coming to Korea, leave me a comment below. What are your fears when you come to Korea, or what is holding you back from coming to Korea? So that is all for me today. I hope that you guys really enjoyed me speaking to you. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Bye.